In this bulletin, Memjet encourages its sales channels to help refill their customers' ink tanks. Green projects say they are no dummies when it comes to marketing remanufactured printer cartridges. And the OEMs warn those who sell counterfeited and cloned consumables.
From across the planet, Recycling Times keeps you in touch with the latest computer printing news.
Hello, I'm David Gibbons with a special news bulletin from the ITEX show in Las Vegas. Many American printer cartridge remanufacturers have travelled to ITEX this year because their World Expo show was cancelled. ITEX organisers are thrilled with the additional exhibitors and visitors who came to the expo at the Rio Hotel.
As we started thinking about this year's theme, we thought about what ITEX means, and we came up with the words advance, expand, and evolve.
ITEX attracts those in the office space looking for the next generation technologies.
We found that with the 140 exhibitors and representing the leaders in the office space, we had a fantastic turnout with office dealers, IT VARs, MSPs here to basically network, interact, and learn. And we're very excited about continuing with this theme next year.
Printer manufacturer Memjet used ITEX to demonstrate dealers can be part of the lucrative consumables sales channel by refilling their customers' printers' ink tanks. Memjet demonstrated the low-cost ink refill system, which only takes a minute to fill each tank. The chip-encoded filling station can refill all 4 colour tanks at the same time if required. And it prevents resellers refilling other customers' tanks or using a third-party ink.
OEMs for a long time have been fighting against the adoption of aftermarket ink, and our belief was on the Memjet side from the very beginning in the office space was that we wanted to do things differently and actually enable refill as a part of our business model.
Memjet's global partners in Korea, China and Europe can also make the refill system available to their resellers. A magazine which brought together aftermarket buyers and sellers of printers, copiers and print supplies will no longer be printed. Publisher Roger Asay used ITEX to tell his readers the magazine he started 26 years ago will not be printed in hard copy anymore because 8 times as many people read the digital version instead.
I started the Locator magazine in 1987 and we put buyers and sellers together. And that's what we've always done. We still do that today. And recently we went digital. So all of our services are online services now.
Now, browsers can register for free access to information at omb.com, which stands for Office Machines and Business Equipment. One cartridge remanufacturer is no dummy when it comes to marketing his cartridges. Joseph Wu has managed to snare the Dummies brand for his toner and ink cartridges. Green Project's cartridges are remanufactured in China, while others are done in California.
Branding is so important within the US, to consumers who are actively purchasing from any local shops, that with a strong brand, we felt that we could best represent our aftermarket product.
The Dummies motto is all about making everything easier, and Green Project want to make printing easier.
But with a strong brand such as the Dummies, we feel that it can best help support it and give the consumer the confidence to try out an aftermarket cartridge.
ITEX delegates learned the only toner conference to be held in North America will now proceed, despite having been cancelled. The Tiara Group's Terry Gorka and Art Diamond will now run the event in June in California. They actually started the event in 1984 before the advent of laser printers, then licensed it out in 2009. But the new organisers dropped the event for this year.
The great thing about and the unique thing about the Tiara Group conferences is, firstly, that there's a real emphasis on the quality of the people we get there. Their senior management. They run the gamut of the industry from chemical producers to toner manufacturers, OEMs, aftermarket people, resin people, and marketing analysis people. And so we have a stacked program of great talks from analyzing the hard copy supplies to inkjet versus toner, what's going on in China, what's going on with specialty toners.
Delegates can register online for the June 2 to 4 conference in Santa Barbara. The second version of software which helps managers of print services save money for their customers has just been launched, and OEMs as well as others have signed up to use it. InMap sets out an interactive floor plan showing how an office can more efficiently use their printers and consumables.
And version 2 is very successful. We now have it placed with some OEMs already with a large number of licenses, and it's really very successful. It's what everybody was waiting for, I think.
Resellers of illegal printer cartridges are being warned they are at risk of fines and imprisonment. The Imaging Supplies Coalition of the printer manufacturers, or OEMs, took this message to the attendees at this year's ITEX.
The reason the ISC attends conferences such as ITEX is that part of our mission is to protect our members' customers from misrepresented products and services. If you're a reseller and you're dealing with clone or compatible cartridges, you could be at risk. And the reason you're at risk is the OEMs are rightfully protecting their patent rights.
Cartridges which violate the OEM patents include counterfeits, which are made, packaged and sold so consumers think they are getting a brand new, genuine OEM cartridge. Counterfeiting cartridges is a jailable offence, and those who do not respect the intellectual property of the OEMs and sell new compatible third-party cartridges or clones are also at risk of million-dollar fines.
So if you're dealing in clones and compatibles, it's very important for you to understand these general exclusion orders and the potential for additional general exclusion orders. Get the appropriate legal counsel, evaluate your risk and exposure, and take the appropriate action.
And those were the biggest stories in printer consumables news this week. See you again next week. I'm David Gibbons.